Alright, I'm doing a couple of different things. I'm switching over from bread to omelets. We're coming up on the time where people start starving, walking around. Bread has a 75% fill. I left meat pies because they have a 100% fill, and we might as well use the bakery ovens. Uh, Omelets have a 90% fill, and ham and eggs has a 120% fill, so I cut way back on meat just so it can go into the meat pies and the ham and eggs. So I'm trying to convert food over to more filling and away from bread, so this is probably wasted. I probably could have gone with, I don't know, 3 ovens and it would have been fine. But then I hadn't planned on doing this, so. Also trying to switch over to this lock storage system that I saw on forums, and I believe it's City Builder is his name on forums. He suggests you put one item in each one of these and lock them, and that way you can kind of control what goes in and what goes out and what your people make. So let's put wood here just because it's there. Thinking about putting a stone one here. Other than that, I'm kind of at a loss. What I want them to do is put all these down. Well, I guess they already put the barrels there naturally. Since that's where I don't want, I didn't even think about it. I was trying to figure out how to get the barrels in here, and it didn't occur to me. I had them in. I had them set. Let me do it to one I haven't done yet. What I did was I had them up completely disabled and enabled the materials barrels, but maybe they don't put them in unless you enable an item. So that's what I'm doing now. Now I can't think why you'd want flour and wheat in here, but I'm not sure how to do this anyway, so. It would get off. If what you want to do is you want to have these 9 squares, you want to have a container in each one. And if you want them to use it or collect it, you unlock it. If you don't, you lock it. And like with items like, spiderite, because there'll be spiders on every level. If we crack a new level and I don't want to bring spiderite up from it, I could lock this on spiderite. And that's a good thing to put in here. What the hell? But anyway, and it's the wrong kind of stockpile for that. But anyway, he was more mad. I put the link up on my site. Yeah, I'm in the wrong thing. I put the link up on my site and as a message, and I'll probably put it on one of my videos. And you could just go there and he can explain it far better than I could ever fumble through. So, but I'm trying to switch to that and switch on food items and just get a bit more organized. And then after that, because of the time all this is taken, I'm just going to flat have to go ahead and have everybody rest again. So I've got the walls and the roof and all that kind of stuff on hold for right now. For example, I set this one up for hobgoblinite, and I really don't want them to collect that. So as soon as the barrels get in here, or even now, I could probably go ahead and lock this door. In fact, I'm going to close it now because I put up 18 chests, and I'd really like them to put them in the spiderite and the goblinite, and we'll get to the hobgoblinite later because I'm going to have to. They're just making way too many chests, and but anyway, those items use copper and iron here wouldn't be a bad idea either because the forge isn't that far away, and that eliminates all your in-town space stockpiles also. So Well, we're kind of hanging out waiting for them to stop hauling stuff. I disabled wood gathering, or I stopped it over here. So theoretically they can't make any more wooden items once they use up the wood on the ground. They're almost at their 100 omelets. Oops, help if I was on food, wouldn't it? I'm a little distracted. And then I'm going to cut that back from 100. What I wanted, this is taking so much time. They've brought one ITE chest in here. And what I'm starting to think is you need to set this up at the beginning of the game before they have anything. And when you can control wood, so that all that's made is the chests, so all they can put in these rooms is chests. Or maybe you could make, I don't know. It may be too late for some of it. I put statues out here. It mentioned putting them, things like, you know, the happy type items out where they work, and they seem to spend a lot of time out here. Saw one guy that said that he just put 4 badgers in there and let them go for it, and or 2 against 2, I think is what he said, but I don't know how you do that without 4 badgers. And by the time they did 2 versus 2 and then 2 versus 2, everybody's happiness was out, but I cut up, and it's taken me like 9 minutes, so I kind of wonder about that, the truth of that. However, at this point, I'm pretty much willing to try anything. Anyway, more than one person has posted that people walk right past the downstairs dining room because they don't like to use it, evidently, or for whatever reason. People walk by the downstairs dining room and go ahead and starve anyway on the way to the upstairs one. I did notice on dining rooms, if you go to Wiki, there's, I believe it's on Wiki where it mentions, and I'll check to make sure before I put this up, but it mentions that a raised dining room works better than one on ground level, so I would think one below ground level would be even less desirable, so it's kind of a guess. We got the bone merchant here, but if I have people carry stuff for him, they'll stop this happiness thing, so that's just a complete waste of time because it takes a long time anyway. I think the way you arrange the multiple badger thing is somebody suggested that you run a fence, and it would be a bigger arena than this, probably one bar all the way around, or I guess it would be. But you run a fence across the center and have gates in it. Another one said something about running a fence across the center and having a gate, and I guess they fight in it, and he stops the fight before they kill each other. I meant to try that, and I haven't gotten around to it yet. I'm going to try to keep post on where they're working and do more to build up happiness items around it. I guess if I'd been thinking along that line, you know, maybe you could put statues in the bakery and in the kitchen. Hell, I don't know. And I don't know if it would counteract unhappiness from them working or not. Like I said, that whole mechanism, finding out details is kind of tricky. Oh, you know, if you're making the game, it wouldn't kill you to give people an idea of how to go about it. A lot of comments, too, on forums, or quite a few anyway, about some kind of automatic process to release badgers so you're not sitting here for the 9 minutes it takes to do this, putting one badger in at a time. Okay, he's at what, 74? Is he eating an omelet? Oh, he's making an omelet. I was looking for somebody that's watching this. He's asleep. Alright, he's watching. Roger's watching. He's at 83. So how's it going, Roger? He's at 86 now. He's watching. He's at 52. Or she. I don't know what a belt. Well, it's got to be a he. He's got a mustache. But he's at 53. I'm assuming since he's not doing anything else, he's watching. How did I? Might have been a siege. Yeah, there's a siege. So 56, maybe 3 for each one. Now let's see what heroes are doing. They are fighting and fussing on level 8. Kaiser Hobgoblins. Ooh, we got Sir Punchwood still, Charles still, Sip still, Cox, Tigger, and Juliana. I don't remember her. Of course, I haven't been watching all this, so. He's 24. I was calling him Trigger. I don't know. Tigger's bounce because that's what Tiggers do. He does slow and then he shoots the crap out of them. This is almost all I did in Series 2. And see, these rooms were supposed to be for Highlanders, and I'll have to make another area for Highlanders. It doesn't actually take them long to dig dirt. I think that's high enough for a Highlander. It's level 5, I think. 5 or 6. Above 5, something like that. Not in a siege, are we? It's just me with happy fingers. Alright, Alice Boujal has starved. Yep, she was just going down a hallway. Because all this is open. That's level 4. Yeah, there's no way she was cut off. There's the stairs. And there's the food in a dining room. I don't know. She starved next to the dining room. It's just... that's why I went to this high percentage food, and I told you it wouldn't. Alright, now they're grabbing food, and I'll bet they're taking it upstairs. I think he might actually be eating in the dining room here. Okay, some things are just funny. A couple of the rooms, I noticed people were going in and out of them through the wall, so... I looked up above and there was, I had dug the rooms over to where there was no earthen roof. So I figured what the hell, you know, walls, wooden mossy blocks. So I'm putting in faux grass where I fauxed up. Now he's still getting in that room. Now how the hell does he still get in that room? I'm confused. Evidently they can walk through dirt. Well, that's a cool trick. Ah, somebody just came in here. Did they... Damn. I've created a monster. There has to be a point at which they can no longer get in those rooms.